From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
People are hurting, right? And so we're looking for ways to help those people.
Snap freeze with Billings businesses snapping back. What those businesses across the city are doing to help people impacted by the latest government shutdown.
The site they're proposing is awfully good site too, overlooking the college and the city.
Memorial confusion, how a Billings father's tribute to his daughter remains, even though officials say it must move.
I'm Marion Davidson in Helena. Agriculture is Montana's #1 industry, and there's a growing market overseas for Montana grown and raised products. I'll show you.
Those stories and much more coming up here in the next hour. Welcome back to Montana This Morning, or welcome to Montana This Morning if you're just joining us. It's Monday, the 3rd day of November. Haley is off. I'm Don Hudson, but of course Miller, he is still here, holding
good morning, everybody.
Holding down the forecasting and the weather.
Yeah, and this week, pretty much a really simple forecast. Is going to be milder than average.
Okay.
You know, we're looking at highs 50s and 60s. We could have periods of rain, mountain snow, not a whole lot of accumulation, and we could see days where we see breezy to windy conditions. So that's it in a nutshell. I'm done here.
I wonder if you could record that and then just
Just
take the week off.
Yeah,
and
there
just
you
loop
go.
it. Don't think your boss will let you, but you never know.
It was warmer. All right, but warmer than average temperatures across the weekend. We saw those 60. Some areas even flirted with 70, like Sheridan yesterday hit 69 degrees. We had 63 here in Billings, so about 12 degrees above the norm. Our low of 37, about 6 degrees above average. Yesterday, of course, it was quite windy. It was a windy weekend, especially Saturday along the western foothills, and that made its way over to the rest of us yesterday, where we had a top gust at the airport of 46 miles an hour. A dry start to the month, but we're still pacing ahead for the year. And remember, if we were not to get any more moisture for the rest of the year, we'd still end 2 inches on the plus side, so pretty good there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, temperatures across the area right now, 32 in Forsyth. We've got 27 in Baker. Up in Williston, we're at 31. Over in White Sulphur Springs at 30. We've got 27 in Red Lodge, 29 in Cody, and we've got 28 in Sheridan. Here in Billings, down to 35 right now. But it feels like 31. Humidity at 52%. Dew points at 19 degrees. Winds out the south at about 5 miles an hour. We'll see a good bit of sunshine today, maybe some clouds later this afternoon. By lunchtime, we'll be around 50, heading home mid-50s, and it's just going to be one of those days where those temperatures stay above average. 50s and 60s this week, but maybe by the weekend getting back to seasonal. I'll explain why coming up with the main forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Miller, thank you so much.
You got it.
All right, we want to start off this hour in Washington, D.C. after a weekend with mounted concern involving food assistance benefits and what many in Montana really are waking up to this morning as well. Now, there are big deadlines for the Trump White House today, as well as federal judges have ordered the administration to explain how it plans to comply with orders to continue SNAP food aid during the government shutdown. A shutdown that is now in its 34th day. Jared Hill has the latest.
A countdown for food aid outside NRG Stadium in Houston. In Atlanta, cars lined up for donations, with the government shutdown snarling SNAP benefits for tens of millions nationwide.
We'll probably serve somewhere between 800 and 1,000 households today.
Today, the Trump administration is facing a ticking clock of its own. 2 federal judges ruled Friday that the White House must continue to pay for the nation's biggest food aid program using emergency reserve funds while the federal government is closed. President Trump says he's asking lawyers to clarify how to legally fund SNAP as soon as possible. Rebecca Hall is a single mom of 5 working part-time as a nursing assistant.
I would surely give up a meal for my kids to eat. If it came down to me and eating, they're going to eat.
Concern for food aid comes as President Trump threw a Great Gatsby-themed costume party at Mar-a-Lago over the weekend. Democrats pounced.
He's been willing to give $20 billion to the Argentines and meet with them, wreck the White House, have a Great Gatsby party down at Mar-a-Lago. He has not done what he said needed to be done in 2011, sit down with Democratic leadership.
Democrats have been holding out on a bill to fund the government, urging Republicans to add an extension to Affordable Care Act subsidies, with premiums set to skyrocket.
But fine, let's negotiate it, but you have to do it with the government open.
34 days in and still no sign of serious negotiations. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Thank you, Jared. Most states have announced increased or expedited funding for food banks and other ways to load at least some benefits onto SNAP debit cards. The White House has argued it wasn't allowed to use a contingency fund of about $5 billion for the program. Right, the fate of SNAP benefits certainly impacting Montana, but as our Isabel Sparks shows us, some Billings businesses are stepping up to fight hunger here in our community.
It's a busy Sunday at Teriyaki Madness in Billings.
Hi, how are you today? Good.
But District Manager Drew Halpin has noticed a recent change in business.
It's pretty prevalent. Everybody's wallets are hurting. Like, our foot traffic is pretty much down.
The government shutdown now reaching its 5th week, and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP benefits, won't go out for November.
People are hurting, right? And so we're looking for ways to help those people.
So Halpin and his team decided to step in. At the 3 locations in Montana, those not receiving benefits can get a small chicken bowl for $5.
We got to run a business too, right? So it's a give and take. This is one of our gives.
A way to help the community and also give some assistance to his employees.
We know that the customers pay our bills, and if we can do something to help those customers, then, that's what we got to do.
Teriyaki Madness isn't the only place in Billings deciding to give back. Other organizations and businesses have now partnered together for a community-wide food drive. It's called Billings Snaps Back, a program only 2 weeks old benefiting the food pantries at Family Service and Peace Lutheran Church. People are encouraged to bring non-perishable food donations and fill boxes located at businesses all around town.
It's definitely picked up momentum. There's a little more than 33 locations now where you can drop off food.
Shay Reiser, who started Wonder Woman, is helping with the Snap Back drive.
If you're at the store, just pick up a few extra cans of something and share it with one of those locations.
And she's seeing the need for food assistance increase.
There's more than 12,000 families in Yellowstone County alone who rely on SNAP benefits to be able to feed their families, their children, elderly people.
Even if the shutdown ends soon, Reiser says the drive will continue on throughout the month of November.
I'm very proud of Billings for coming together very quickly on this and saying, yes, we want to be a part of it. Keep taking care of each other. It's important.
And Halpin says it's businesses coming together to make sure no one suffers, putting people over profit.
People helping people. We're part of the community. We rely on this community just as much.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
This morning, a father's love and his fight to keep his daughter's memory alive continues in Billings. As we reported to you earlier in October, the airport demanded that a roadside memorial be taken down weeks ago, saying it was posing a safety risk. But that deadline has come and gone. This morning, our Hannah Pettiferi brings us the latest on the memorial.
It's a place Lem Robinson visits daily.
This is kind of the place that, that I come to remember, and everybody else does.
Spending months creating a memorial for his daughter Savannah, who was killed in a motorcycle accident.
They like the idea behind it.
But that remembrance has come with conflict, with Lem receiving a letter in September from the airport for the memorial to be taken down by October 17th. For multiple reasons, including safety.
This was not going to be tolerable anymore.
As of Sunday, it still stands.
But I got a phone call on last Friday that said it's, I got to be thinking about moving it one way or another.
But it has this heartbroken father looking for a new spot for his angel.
We've been working on a negotiation of moving it. We almost had a deal worked here, and then 2 days later it was out the window.
Lem says it is just one more challenge in the face of this tragedy.
Trying to get everybody on the same page and trying to find out who's really in charge has been the major, who's going to make the decision.
MTN reached out to the airport and the city, and they said they do not have a report, nor is anything finalized.
I've been to several meetings and I don't know how many phone calls. Hundreds. They're just proposing that. No one's guaranteed that yet.
But Lem said the city is trying their best to work together.
I think everybody's pretty on board.
To find a forever spot for his daughter.
The site they're proposing is awfully good site too, overlooking the college and the city.
In Billings, Hannah Pettiferi, MTN News.
Hannah, thank you. A Halloween heist left a Montana business short of a well-known mascot. The Halloween prank in Bozeman happened at the Sinclair gas station on Bridger Drive. Owners tell MTN News someone stole the Sinclair dyno about 3:30 Saturday morning. You can see at the top of that surveillance video. There it goes. It's a hollow fiberglass mascot, and then it was hauled away like a trophy. A few hours later, it's spotted at the top of the M Trail. There's a closer look from there. That's him overseeing Bozeman like a green guardian, I guess. The owners say they'll be bringing the dyno home, putting him somewhere safe. Their message to pranksters, hey, leave the dyno alone. All right, in this morning's Montana Ag Report, Montana's farm and ranch products are making their mark overseas. MTN's Marion Davison shows us how.
Standing here in Montana, Japan and South Korea may seem like a world away, but stop into a grocery store over there and you might just see something familiar.
Seeing our growers like pick up the packaging and be like, oh, it says U.S. beef, or pick up the packaging and know that that wheat was coming from our market.
Montana Department of Agriculture Director Jillian Street, Governor Greg Gianforte, Montana agricultural producers, and other representatives of Montana industries recently returned from a trade mission to Japan and South Korea. The trip sought to strengthen and expand connections between the Treasure State and the two countries across a number of industries, including Montana's top industry, agriculture.
It's important that we tell the Montana story. So we took wheat and barley growers, we took stock growers.
Montana has established ties with both Japan and South Korea. They are consistently some of the Treasure State's top trading partners. According to the governor's office, Montana exported $38 million in wheat sales to both Japan and South Korea last year.
They have very high specifications for their millers in both countries. They like high quality products, and Montana is the source.
Street says there's growing demand for other products that Montana grown and raised goods can fill, like an interest in protein from Nippon, a Japanese company that mills flour and produces flour-related products like pasta, but also manufactures other packaged foods.
They are very excited about protein, and that excites me because Montana has an amazing protein profile. Doesn't matter if it's our wheat, our barley, our pulses, or our beef. We are a protein state.
The trade mission also sought to expand Montana beef exports to Japan and South Korea. Now, Japan already has a strong Wagyu beef market, but Street says there are other opportunities for Montana-raised beef.
What they will export from us in large quantities, and not just from Montana, but from the U.S., is tongue and intestine and some of the areas of the stomach. And while we in the States might not eat those products, in Japan, it's a delicacy.
Along with strengthening existing relationships, Street and Gianforte say the trade mission also forged new ones.
There's no question that we made some new relationships on this trip that will expand our export markets for Montana producers.
Japan and South Korea are not the only overseas nations with interest in Montana ag products. So far this year, Street has also been to Panama, Peru, and Colombia with the USDA. And when it comes to promoting Montana-raised and grown goods around the world, she says she is not slowing down.
I like to say that Montana is grandma's cupboard. You can go in there and you can find anything that you need. And we have it, and we want to figure out how to get it to you.
In Helena, Marion Davidson, MTN News.